שבת שלום.
שבת שלום. מועדים לשמחה.
חגים וזמנים לששון. A special Shabbat, our Shabbat of Chol HaMoed Sukkot, a time of both peacefulness and joy. Hopefully we can find some joy in the midst of the craziness of our world. Shabbat is often a pause for that, and Sukkot as well. So we get the combination of the two as we go into Shabbat. And since we are in Chol HaMoed, we begin Kabbalat Shabbat. We have a shorter Kabbalat Shabbat. We begin with Mizmor LeDavid on page 21 or on page 260. We invite you to rise if you are able to.
Mizmor LeDavid, Havu l'Adonai b'nei Havu l'Adonai kavod kavod.
Lachadodi, page 23 or 262.
Lekha dodi likrat kala ben
דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקרא לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקרא. עפר קומי לבשי בגדי תפארתך-מי על יד בן ישי בית הלחמי קרובה אל נפשי גאלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקרא לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקרא לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקרא. לקראת קלה פני שבת נקרא לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקרא לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקרא.
תמסוס חתן, חתן הכלה,
היי 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 לך דודי, היי 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 לקראת קלה, היי 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 פני שבת, פני שבת נקבלה, היי 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 לך דודי, היי 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 לקראת קלה, היי 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 פני תוציא ואת אדוני תריצי על יד איש בן פרצי בן משמחה ונגינה איי 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 וחלודי איי 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 לקראת כלה איי 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 בני שבת לקבלה איי 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 לחלודי איי 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 לקראת כלה איי 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 בני שבת נקבלה בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצולה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה שפעת המלכה איי 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 לחדודי איי איי לקראת כלה איי 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 בני שבת נקבלה איי 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 לחדודי איי 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 לקראת כלה איי 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 בני שבת
We invite you to take a seat. Mizmor Shir Yom HaShabbat, page 27 or page 266. We'll start silently and pick up in the middle of the page with Ma Gadlu.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת יום אדוני וזמרי בשמך להגיד בבוקר חסדך ומונחם הלאה סלמנה
כי השעיה צורי ולא עוולה תבוא
אדוני מלך יונבש ובשלונה יוסית אותך תיקון תמי מאוד נכון כי שכה מיעצמי את המתה נסיוע לרודוס
נכון כצחה
עדותיך נאמנו מהון לביתך נא בקודש אדוני לאורך ימים I Bird's version of this song of Pete Seeger may have made these timeless words famous. They originate in the book of Kohelet, the book of Ecclesiastes that we read on the Shabbat of Chol HaMoed Sukkot. So why do we read these words on Sukkot? Beyond that, the fact that the book contains the word simcha, joy, 17 times, and we are in Zman Simchatenu, the time of our joy, or that one of the major themes of this book, this Megillah, is impermanence. And the Sukkah is representative or representation of the fragility and impermanence of life. L'kol zman ve'et lecho chefetz tachat hashamayim. A season is set for everything, a time for every experience under heaven. And we know how it continues. This is chapter 3 of the book of Kohelet. Et la leret ve'et lamut. A time to be born and a time to die. The Chafetz Chaim asks, why isn't it written et lechiot, a time to live and a time to die? Why does it say a time to be born and a time to die? And this is his answer. He says there's no specific time for living. A person is so busy and engaged in life, and life is so short, that is, indeed, there is no time for living. The Chafetz Chaim was once visited by a group of American tourists traveling in Eastern Europe. He lived in the late 19th century, early 20th century. And the world-famous rabbi was in a small study with a rickety desk and only a few books. And one of the incredulous tourists asked, "Rabbi, where's all your stuff?" And the Chafetz Chaim smiled, "Where's all yours?" But the man answered, "We're just passing through." And the Chafetz Chaim nodded, "Me too." Life is fleeting, and we have limited time. Therefore, the essential question is, what does it really mean to lechiot, to live? Do we have time to truly live and truly live a life of meaning and purpose? We busy ourselves with all sorts of things, but is the goal of living to be busy? There was a powerful op-ed in the New York Times that Susan Miller, a BJ member, brought to our attention. I think it was last night or this morning, I can't remember. Based on our Shemitah teachings of Yamim Noraim, that's called "The Pandemic Reminded Us We Exist to Do More Than Just Work." At the end of Ne'ilah on Yom Kippur, we ask this question amongst a number of other questions that actually ultimately got integrated into the morning liturgy. Ma chayenu, what is our life? And in many ways, that is the question we are living with in these hyper-focused and intense time of year with the holidays. In the face of limited days, what is living? And so on this Shabbat of Sukkot, when the words of Kohelet turn and turn and turn in our ears, we ask ourselves, what is true living? And might we allow our time to be filled in the impermanence with something that isn't just time, but time that truly matters.
Baruch Hu on page 39A. I invite you to rise if you're able to. We turn toward the ark.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך. ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
Baruch atah Adonai, Amari v'Ravi. We continue silently on page 40 of Torah Mitzvah.
Ki hem chayenu yorech yameinu uvahem negeh yomam balayla ve'avatcha tasim imenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Yisrael.
Shema.
Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu ha'dvarim ha'ela asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibartam bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha u'mlechtecha b'derech ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובגשריך. אמן. שמוע תשמעו את השם.
Continue on page 44.
מלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לכנו שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נדר בקודש בוקע ים לפני משה זרי ענו ואמרו אדוני לו לעולם ועד
פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
We pray for peace. Hashkivenu on page 45.
ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם
ופרוס פורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ועל ירושלים ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל עוד היא לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי
ויתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה בעמד ירח פרטי והמליך מלכותי
בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן יהא שמי רבה מברך לעולם ועלמי יקרא
וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרמה וינשא ויתעלה 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 שמי תקודשה ברכו לאלה מכל ברכתה ושירתה
תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירה מעמה
אמרו אמן continue with the silent Amidah for Shabbat 47 or page 296, facing Yerushalayim, opening the words on the page or the words in our heart.
With the addition for Chol HaMoed Sukkot, Ya'aleh B'Yado.
Continue with Vayachulu, page 53 or 314.
ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישפוט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה, ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו אלוהי אבותינו ואימותינו אלוהי אברהם אלוהי יצחק אלוהי יעקב אלוהי שרה אלוהי רבקה אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה האל הגדול הגיבור הנורא עליון קודש שמיים וארץ.
אין כמוהו, המניח לעמו ביום שבת קודשו, כי כבר רצה להניח להם, כי כבר רצה להניח להם, לפניו נעבוד ביראה ופחד, ונודה לשמוע בכל יום תמיד מאוד הברכות. אל ההודעות אדון השלום, מקדש השבת ומברך שביעית ומניח בקדושה, והמדו שני עונג, זכר למעשה, למעשה בראשית. אלוהינו, אלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, רצה במנוחתנו, קדשנו במצוותיך, ותן חלקנו בתורתך, זבנו מטובך, ושמח נפשנו בישועתך, וטהר ליבנו לעבדך באמת, והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה ורצון שבת קודשך, וינוחו וישראל מקדשי שמך, ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
We continue with Kaddish Shalem, page 54 or page 314.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ויעלמה דברי קילותי במלך מלכותי וחייכונו וימלכונו וככל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך, לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך.
ויפאר ויתרומם וינשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי קודשה ברכו. לעלמין כל ברכתה ושירתה תשבחתה ונחמתה דמירם בהמה ואמרו אמן.
תתקבל צלום ותונדכו ישראל קדם ובון משמיים ואמרו
אמן. יהי שלום הרבה משמי וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו
Bring in the day, we say Kiddush, which we'll do in the Sukkah. So we're not doing it here, but we invite everyone who's here to join us in our Sukkah for Kiddush after services, and those who are at home, hopefully you'll be able to do Kiddush in a Sukkah, or at least have in mind your Sukkah. And we will continue with blessing for our children, which you can find on page 692, Hamalach HaGoaloti, which is only in the Sim Shalom, I believe, but we invite everyone to hum along. If you don't know the words, the melody is beautiful for a moment of blessing of our children, but for everyone.
Hamalach HaGoaloti, Hamalach HaGoaloti mikol ra, יברך את הנערים וקראת להם שרים. בשם אבותיי, בשם אבותיי, אברהם ויצחק, וידגו לרוב, וידגו We
continue with the blessings on page 75 or 722, Birkat Kohanim. Yisimcha Elohim ke'Ephraim v'chemenashe, Yisimech Elohim ke'Sara, Rivka, Rachel v'Leah. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmarecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
Amen.
And we conclude with Aleinu, page 56 or 320.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גידולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש, ברוך הוא שבנות השמיים ביוסד הארץ, מושב יקרא בשמיים, על השכינה דוזו ובברנו לא ינות. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
Continue with Mourner's Kaddish on page 58 or 324. You may be seated, and those who are saying Kaddish at this time are welcome to remain standing, and those who are joining us on Zoom to unmute and say Kaddish together. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah ve'almad yivrach kirutei ve'amlich malchutei b'chayechon u'b'yomechon b'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael ba'agala u'bizman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'almei maya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei t'kusha b'rechu Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata d'amiram be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlam Rabbah min shamaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen.
Amen.
You may be seated.
Shabbat shalom, moedim
Shabbat shalom.
l'simcha.
שבת שלום. תהיו מוזמנים לששון.
Someday it will come naturally.
I heard a lot of people learn that from you this week at Minyan, so it's good we're learning.
It's definitely been a week of fragility in our community, and we want to extend our condolences to Julie Ratner on the death of her sister, Emily Levin, to David Black, who I just saw, and Elizabeth Lynn and their children, Dan, Shoshana, and Lee Black, and their granddaughter, Michaela, on the death of David's father, Arnold Black, and to Gideon Taylor and Deborah Kazis and their children, Hannah and Axel, and their entire family on the death of Gideon's father, Mervyn Taylor. And two members, longtime members of our community died this week. And Judy Maybach, who was a longtime member, and with her sister Ina, and was really a voice around raising awareness around mental illness, and loved this place and loved Jewish community, and was really a beautiful soul, and so we're going to miss her deeply. And Barbara Simon, who also was a very long time member and used to sit in the front row with Elaine Nevins, Aleha Shalom. They were kind of like the two guys at the Muppets, like I forget their names, but they always had, they were always a little critical, but had a very strong presence. They were always asking us to turn up the volume, but they were committed and here. And Barbara traveled in all the time from New Jersey to be with us from Fairlawn, and she was laid to rest on yesterday. And so we are going to miss Barbara and Judy, and their memories will be a blessing. And we extend our condolences to Barbara's daughter, Debbie, and her husband, Wayne, and to her son, Bruce Simon. Tomorrow morning services will be 9:30 here for Shabbat Chol Hamoed Sukkot. There will be Hallel and the reading of Kohelet and the Hoshana for Shabbat. We don't process with Lulav and Etrog, but open the Ark. There'll be early childhood family Shabbat morning in-person services at 10:15 in the third floor of the community house, and 2 through 7 services, family services, on the Facebook Family Life and Learning Facebook page. And tomorrow evening, we'll gather on Zoom for Arvit and Havdalah at 7:40. There's also an Aviv program in the Sukkah. I believe it's actually full, so for 20s and 30s. So unfortunately, I don't think additional folks can register, but I'm sure it will be beautiful in the Sukkah.
And we continue with the week starting on Sunday, although after Shabbat, but we start with the Bluegrass Sounds for Sukkot. So we're very much looking forward to that. That'll be from 5 to 6 in the Sukkah, and you can join us as if you're members, and you can find more information on the website about that. We're looking forward. And on Monday, September 27th, it's already Hoshana Rabbah, a really special spiritual experience that is leading us into the end of, as Felicia has been saying, the marathon of our holidays, which we're feeling, but really a spiritual high at that point. So we invite everyone to really join us for services. They'll be at 8 a.m. here. It's a beautiful service. It's a mix of the high holidays and weekday. It really is the intersection of everything, pulling it together, and we'll ask that you join us. We are looking for a minyan. We want us to have strong voices, and it's an opportunity to also have a physical experience with our ritual where we take the willow branches and we hit them as a symbol of letting go of everything and jumping into the new year, which will then bring us into Shmini Atzeret and Simchat Torah, which are the holidays that are arriving right after Hoshana Rabbah, that are the end of Sukkot, and will be here. You'll look for a lot of information. A lot was sent out over email, but you can find information about our evening services and our morning services that will be happening here. We'll have hakafot, we'll have dancing. We do ask that anyone who's going to be in the sanctuary with us is going to need a negative PCR test. So a reminder, if you are registered, to make sure that you have proof of vaccination and also the negative testing if you're going to be here on the evening of Simchat Torah. And in the morning, we'll hopefully have nice weather. We'll be outside. We'll be dancing. It'll be for members of all ages to be able to join us and to celebrate the reading of the Torah. And we also say a really big mazal tov to our Simchat Torah honorees. This year, we are very thrilled and excited to honor Ellen Metzger and Eli Weiss, who they are going to be our Kalat Torah and our Chatan Breshit, respectively. We are looking forward to celebrating the ways that they have given back to this community, and really to celebrate this community as we start and rebuild and jump into a new year together. And with the Torah, it is really an honor to be able to do that. And a reminder just about our regular morning minyan, and Ari can say a little more if I leave anything out, but that this Sunday and Thursday and Monday Monday is going to be the holiday, but Sunday we're going to be here in person, and also on Thursday we're going to be in person, and Friday we'll be back to Zoom. But we're trying, anytime that we're reading Torah, we are going to try to have a minyan here in person, and we're really looking for people to make sure that we have a minyan, that we can have at least 10 people so that we can read from the Torah. And whenever we have the minyan here, we also welcome everybody who is joining us on Zoom to continue. But to ensure that we have a minyan, we ask you to register. So there's information for registration on the website. Is there anything else about minyan?
No, you said it.
Great. Join us. We want you here. Exactly. We want to be with you. We want to celebrate with you during our holidays and also during the weekday. And we'll also invite everyone who's here to, after services, say hello or introduce yourself to someone that maybe you don't know. Say Shabbat Shalom to someone you haven't seen in a while.
I'll say Moadim L'Simcha, and the other person has to say...
Good. So going back to, we're learning Chagim Uzmanim L'Sason, that we hope that it is a beautiful time of year for all of us, and we look forward to meeting you. If I haven't had a chance to meet you, I look forward to meeting you. And we'll conclude tonight with Shalom Aleichem, welcoming in our Shabbat angels, page 73 or 722.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei HaMelachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Mi Melech Malachei HaMelachim, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלאכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. אוי צאתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלאכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
A reminder that we'll have Kiddush in the Sukkah. Everyone is welcome to join us. Shabbat Shalom, Moadim L'Simcha.
חגים וזמנים לששון.
Beautiful.